Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makakodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule well and teach well. Salutations to the hopeful elect brothers out there on the four corners of the globe, pushing this truth, and all truth and sincerity and strength, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, GMS Arkansas, coming with this lesson. Um, I was out and about, just looking around, and a thought come across my mind about um, just looking at the people, man, and how they just walk around and lie, man. And the thought came to my head on how the time of Jacob's trouble, how people are going to be tested. And you go 2/3, the Lord speaks of in Zechariah 13. 2/3 are going to fail this test, man. This test of adversity, this test of pure anguish that's coming, persecution. 2/3 are going to fail. So that led me to do this lesson right here, right quick. It's Ecclesiastes 2:1. It says, "My son, if thou comest to serve the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, prepare thy soul for temptation." That temptation is a test, okay? Because the persecutions of Esau is coming, where we'll be tested. You will be made and try to be forced to bow down, just like Satan tried to get Yahushua to do in the fourth chapter of Matthew. Esau is bringing in a biometric, a biometric tag, which is called charagma. This is going to be a hell of a test that's going to be put forward to our people, because the situation will be dire, okay? And Esau is at the forefront of making it a dire situation to get you to basically choose sides. Are you with the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, or are you with Satan? That's what it's going to come down to, okay? When you come to serve the Lord, just think you got these jobs you're on, you might get fired, okay? You might be days before rent got to be paid, or are you going to trust in the Heavenly Father? It's different tests that you go through, dealing with family, jobs, okay? Just your own mind. Because when you by yourself, man, that's when spiritual demon Satan try to attack you the most, when you by yourself, okay? So if you come to serve the Lord, you got to prepare your soul for those tests, okay? And these are many tests preparing us for the one big test. You have to pass that one big test that's coming. It says, set thy heart aright. The heart meaning your mind. How do you set it aright? By leaning on these scriptures, the knowledge and the wisdom, understanding that comes out of these scriptures. The standard operating procedures. This is the comforter. This is what you lean on. This is how you set your heart aright. Okay? And constantly endure. Because the world are not going to, a lot of the world, 2/3 are not going to set their heart on the scriptures. Okay? 2/3 heart is set in basically believing what Esau has put forth for you to believe. 1 Corinthians 3:19. For the wisdom of this world is foolish with the Most High. For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, man. So 2/3 are going to believe in the wisdom of this world. They're not going to lean and set their heart aright on the scriptures. They're going to lean what the world has taught them, okay? What Big Mama taught you. You got to remember, she was taught by the slave owner, because he came to her to make her get you to act right, okay? So everything the 2/3 are learning is of the world. The wisdom of this world is foolish. All right? It says, and constantly endure, meaning persevere. The hardships that have come. Lean on the Heavenly Father, man. This thing is one day at a time. 1 hour at a time, 1 minute at a time. Because Satan is right there the whole time. So this thing is a minute, 1 minute at a time, 1 second at a time. Okay? It says, and make no haste to turn in the time of trouble. Don't turn to Esau. Don't give in. No matter how things may seem when the time comes, just know the Heavenly Father is right there with you. Right? It says, cleave unto him and depart not away. Don't depart away from what you have learned. Okay, through these scriptures. That thou may be increased at the last end. And that's where you want to be. That's the goal. That's the end goal, to be increased at the end. Okay? But you still got to go through that journey. Okay? You still have to go through that journey, man. You want to be increased with the power and died up on high. You want to, the ultimate thing is, man, endure and get spiritual power. So we be able to combat everything that Esau gonna throw at us. We want to become those X-Men, those Hall of Justice League friends, man. Okay? Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take it cheerfully, and be patient when thou hast changed to a lower state. Okay? Whatever happens to you, if Esau grab you up, take you, string you up on a rope and beat you to the end of your life, just know you doing it. That suffering you about to get, you suffering with your house shy. Just know that if that happens, and just know that the reward you're going to get, the consolation you're going to get, is going to come from your house shy. All right? Let me show you that. Let me show you where that's at. This is 2 Corinthians 1:4. Who comforted us in all our tribulation. Okay? That we may be able to comfort them which are in trouble by the comfort wherewith we ourselves are comforted of the Most High. Leaning on His word, man. Okay? We lean on the brothers. You can't lean on 2/3 when you're in trouble. Because 2/3 are of the world. They're going to show you a worldly way out, and it's going to get you in deeper trouble than you're already in. You're gonna be shamed at the end. You're going to be discouraged more. Okay? For as the suffering of a Mashiach abound in us, so our consolation also abounded by Yahushua. So we're going to suffer like He suffered, and that consolation is going to come through Him. Okay? And whether we be afflicted, it is for your consolation and salvation. So this is what it's for. That suffering is for a bigger prize, man. It's for a kingdom. It's for something we can't even fathom. That's where the word faith comes in. The substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Okay? We're having an expectation of something we know nothing of. That makes us seem like we crazy. But that's faith. Okay? Which is effectual in the enduring of the same suffering, which we also suffered. Or whether we be comforted, it is for your consolation and salvation. So this suffering is for deliverance from my enemies. Okay? It's for an inheritance, man. This is for all the marbles. You know? This is for all the marbles, man. You know? And it says, be patient when thou change to a lower state. And we in that lower state right now. So he's telling us just to be patient. What the scriptures say here in Lamentations. What it say in Lamentations 4:20. No, 3. Start 24. And the Lord Yahweh is my portion, saith my soul. Therefore I will hope in Him. Right? The Lord Yahweh is good unto them that wait for Him, to the soul that seeketh Him. He good to them that's going to wait on Him. And you got to seek Him. You got to investigate. You got to look for Him. You got to search the word. It is good for a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And that's what we're doing. We're quietly waiting. We're being patient. Okay? We're being patient, man. And that's what it is. Okay? We're being patient. Let me look that word up. Patient, if I may. Patient. Able to accept or tolerate delays, problems, or suffering. See? And able to tolerate it. Okay? The Lord has to put a spirit on you to be able to tolerate it. Because this world has so many sufferings. Look, you see people walking around now. Walking around, it and drove them crazy. And the Lord said he would smite you with that madness. So he letting the ways of the world drive you crazy. But he said patience is accept or tolerate delays, because it said, though it tarry, wait for it. We're going through a lot of hell and just don't seem like it's no end. But to a person who's in the scriptures, you know the end is coming through the prophecies. A normal person, he just keeps suffering. He keeps suffering. You know, sometimes they just be looking like, man, there ain't no end. And then they just do whatever. They mind state do whatever. They bow down to whatever Esau want them to do. Because they tired of that suffering. They want to look at what's called living good in captivity. Okay? But it's another suffering where it's a different suffering we're going through to obtain a whole nother crown, man. This is a beautiful thing that we're in. And it says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So gold is tried in fire, and you have to burn gold. Gold has to be heated to a high degree to burn off the impurities, man. Okay? So what you got is the pure substance, and that's what the Heavenly Father is trying us, because he wants the pure soul of the man in us to come forth and be blameless. Okay? Adversity, difficulties, and misfortunes. Okay? Difficulties and misfortunes. Okay? And it says, a man in the furnace of difficulties. We go through a lot. It's constantly every day. Each brother going through different things. Because we sit around, we talk, hey man, I'm catching hell with this, I'm catching hell with that. But we could speak on to each other and comfort each other with what? These words. Okay? The average 2/3 can't do it. It says, believe in him, and he will help thee order thy way aright, and trust in him, having that confidence in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Ye that fear the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fail. Ye that fear the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, believe him, and your reward shall not fail, that reward of the kingdom of heaven. Okay, he told you will be increased in the last end. That reward is not going to fail if you trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Verse 9, ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and everlasting joy and mercy. And we looking for that joy and that mercy. That's what helps you be patient. When you know this is at the end, just be patient. It's one day at a time, man. It says, look at the generation of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai was confounded? Did any? Did he found Noah? No. He saved Noah, and through Noah's righteousness, he saved his children and their wives, man, and his own wife. Okay? Hey, he look what he did. Samson. He didn't confine Samson, even though Samson died. He was labeled as one of the heroes. He killed more in his death than he did when he was alive of the enemy. Did he confound Isaac? No. Isaac was going to be sacrificed. And the angel called on Abraham and said, hey, you proven your faith. Which Isaac is who? Yahushua. Did the Lord confound him? No. When he was on the cross, at one time he thought, have thou forsaken me? The Lord didn't forget him. He just took him down to those deep waters and brought him through those deep waters. Brought him through those fires in that deep water. Fire and water is affliction and hardships, man. Fire and water. He took him through the deep ends of both and brought him through. He was pure and blameless, man. He didn't fail him. Now he's sitting on the right-hand side of the Father. Okay? And did any abide in his fear and were forsaken? And whom did he ever despise and called upon him? Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You call on the name of the Lord. Okay? His son called on his name. You have to call on that name, man. Acts 4 and 12. Okay? Remember Acts 4 and 12. Okay? Remember 2 Maccabees, the 7th chapter, how the young men were brutally fried and boiled and castrated and all that. And they didn't go against their heritage. They didn't go against their father. They even told the Edomites, Antiochus and them, we gonna come back. So, man, you have to have that type of mindset, knowing if you have to be a martyr, then you're gonna be a hero in the heavens. Okay? And that's about, man, having faith, man. I'm gonna read that. Hebrews 11 and 6, it says, but without faith it is impossible to please him. So you have to have faith. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is. You got to believe, man. And that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. You really have to believe this. This is what makes us lean on Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and pray that he keeps his spirit on us. Because you're seeking that reward of the kingdom of heaven, everlasting life, and everything that comes with it. So with that, hope this lesson was edifying to the lecture Israel. Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Wakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule well, teach well. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.